What's up YouTube, Capital G here, checking out the brand new incredible 10-Yi Synchro monster that just got revealed coming out of Chaos Impact. This is one hell of a boss monster, and oh my goodness guys, I don't want to jump the gun here, but my duelist intuition is telling me this is going to be one of the chase cards for the Chaos Impact set. If you guys remember, a couple of months ago I did talk about the 10-Wei archetype that is going to premiere in Rising Rampage. 10-Yi and 10-Wei are the same exact deck, just in case you guys, have a little bit of confusion. Anyways, let's go ahead and check out the Dragon Ogre Deity of 10-Yi. This is a level 8 Dark Worm Synchro monster. It has 3000 attack and 0 defense. It is completely generic, as I said before, so it just requires a tuner plus a non-tuner to summon. So any deck that can summon level 8 Synchros can definitely take advantage of this card. The first and second effects are both hard once per turn. However, you can use them both in the same turn, which is obviously important. First effect says when your opponent activates a monster effect, this is a quick effect, you can banish that monster. Second effect says if this attacking card destroys an effect monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, this card gains attack equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. Also, it can make a second attack on a monster during this battle phase. So this card is actually just pretty damn awesome from both fronts. To me, this is very, very, very similar to something like Borrelsword Dragon. When I look at the first effect, the disruption effect, I definitely like that. When I'm summoning a level 8 Synchro boss monster, I want to have either a lot of protection built into my monster, or obviously I'm looking for some type of disruption. I generally kind of consider the god tier of level 8 Synchros to be Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, Cypher Lord Omega, and then like Borrelsword Savage Dragon. Those guys are all kind of like the bee's knees, they're the tops, and I feel like this card is on that level. I think that its disruption is probably not as good as Borrelsword Savage or Crystal Wing, but you have to think about this card in the context of the fact that it banishes monsters that activate their effects on field, which is excellent. Yes, it might not negate the monster effect, but it still can be incredibly useful. Let me give you an example, right? Let's say your opponent normal summons a Foxy, they try to activate the effect. You do understand that against Salamangreats, if you banish their normal summon, chances are like their turn's just over, right? They only have one extender at that point that will actually work, which is Will of the Salamangreats, and everything else is just irrelevant. Even if your opponent is smart, right? And they say, well, Cap, I won't activate the Foxy or the Ladybug effect. I'll just go straight into, maybe my copy of Balinx, and I'll try to use my Gazelle from my hand. Okay, well, then I'll just banish Gazelle in your hand. It'll never hit the field, and basically it's the same type of situation. This card is excellent, not just for on-field effects, but it's really good against monsters that try to special summon themselves from the hand. Things like, obviously, Salamangreat Gazelle, the entire Danger archetype, the entire Burning Abyss archetype, Fantastical Dragon, Phantasm. All of those cards, Cyframe Gear Gamma, or I guess really any Cyframe monsters, none of those cards will hit the field. They're all going to be banished. Same thing goes with monsters that try to special summon themselves from the graveyard. Sky Striker, Ace Ray, Salamangreat Spinny, Jack Jaguar, Falco. Again, all of those cards will be banished, so your opponent will never actually get them on field. Plus, you don't have to worry about dealing with that monster for the remainder of the duel in all likelihood, or at least not for a while. I look at the second effect, that kind of double attack effect, and that's where I compare this card very much so to Borrelsword Dragon. Yes, it is a little kind of toned down because you do have to make a second attack on a monster, but it basically kind of works the same. I like it because it doesn't actually need a second monster on field to kind of activate. Borrelsword obviously has to put a monster in defense mode, so if you just have Borrelsword and nothing else, and your opponent has Lynx, you can't even use that effect of Borrelsword to attack twice. This guy just needs to run something over. Can't use it against tokens or pendulums because those don't go to the graveyard, but in most situations you're going to just be running over effect monsters that go to the graveyard, and this guy being a 3000 beater that can attack twice is just incredible, especially considering it will gain attack when it comes to that second attack. I think that this card is a world beater. I think that this card is quite amazing. I have no doubt that Synchro players will want to play this card because it should be easier in Synchro decks to summon this instead of something like Borrelsword Dragon, and if you can summon this easier than Borrelsword Dragon, I say go for it. It will pretty much give you very similar results, and yeah, I think that this card can be one of those game-ending cards. So whatever you guys think of Dragon Ogre Deity of 10-Yi, leave it in the comment section below. I feel like this is going to be one of the better cards of this entire set, but that's just my opinion. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.